Hello and welcome to Lufthansa Runway to Success, a brand new series where successful men and women inspire, guide and mentor India's budding entrepreneurs every week. Now on the show today, we are joined by an alumnus of St. Columbus, St. Stephen's and IIM Ahmedabad. With multiple awards under his belt, from Ernst & Young's Entrepreneur of the Year Award to a Teacher's Achievement Award, he has come a long way from his tough entrepreneurial days. He is currently the Vice Chairman and Founder of InfoEdge India. Please welcome Sanjeev Bikhchandani. I like your stride, Sanjeev, full of energy and the kind of enthusiasm you've shown in your career. So let's discuss a little bit, and welcome to Lufthansa Runway to Success.
Thank you. Thank you for calling me.
Okay, great. Let's begin. So please take a seat, relax, and let's take stock about really how your journey began, because you were a bit of a rebel, would you say, in your family? Doctors, engineers, and then here you are with all the right pedigrees, and you said, I'll start my own thing.
Yes, a bit of a rebel in the sense that everybody at home was either a doctor or engineer. I was the first male BA in the extended family. So that was a little different.
And but what really prompted you? Because again, you did join the corporate world, didn't you? And then you decided not to take a salary and for 6 years try and make it on your own. A lot of risks and a lot of appetite as well for challenge.
Well, I did the smart thing. Before I quit my job, I married a batchmate from Ahmedabad.
Okay.
So she was working in a multinational and we were living off her salary. So that's how I managed that risk. But yeah, I had decided long back that at some point in time I'd be an entrepreneur. This is when I was in school. And so when the time came, I said, okay, I've worked for 5 years. I think that's long enough. I've learned the ropes. I've figured it out. And maybe now I should break out.
You know, we all have this desire. Kuch, karke dikhana hai. But the thing is that that's where we stop, with the idea that works. But you came across an idea, which is Naukri.com, which really clicked. What was it? Was it just one of those eureka moments? How did it come about?
Well, actually, I quit my job in 1990, and we launched Naukri in 1997. For the first 7 years, we drifted and did a whole lot of small stuff. Salary surveys, databases, teaching, training, some writing. For a while, I was a journalist. I was a consulting editor in the Pioneer newspaper. So, I did maybe 25 different things before we sort of stumbled upon Naukri as seemingly one more small idea. And it happened to be the right idea at the right time, and it turned out to be big. It
wasn't a success immediately. You got panned quite a bit, didn't you? I believe your first press coverage also didn't go all that well. How did you take that on board?
Well, we were getting traffic, okay? So no matter what people thought, people didn't know what they thought. It was okay. So long as you're getting traffic, it's fine. We knew revenue would follow. And we were just keeping our costs very, very low, frugal, because we had no money, and somehow keeping our costs below the revenue and surviving. And for 3 years we bootstrapped Naukri, and then we were fortunate enough to raise venture capital in April 2000, and I think that was a big difference.
You dreamt quite a bit along the way, and you've tried a whole lot of different roles as well, and that includes mentoring a lot of young people. What is it specifically that you want to see as an end result, or you feel that young people perhaps need today to carry this forward?
You see, an entrepreneur's journey is always very lonely, because nobody else understands. Because, while a manager, can always walk away to another job, right? As an entrepreneur, if your company goes down, you go down with it, right? And if you don't make profit, or you don't break even, you don't take a salary that month, right? And this is a risk that you take with your life. And as a consequence, only another entrepreneur who's done that can understand your fears, your apprehensions, your loneliness. When for the first 10 years, I had nobody to talk to who could understand this.
Okay.
Okay.
I must say, it sounds a little scary.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay, so Sanjeev, more questions, but this one is coming from a viewer, because a lot of them have actually written in. So let's see what he has to say. So Abhinav Prashant, founder at yatricab.com, has written, what do you do to challenge your underlying beliefs and assumptions, and how do you deal with risky situations?
Well, I think you never start off with an objective of challenging assumptions. But so long as, you are talking to enough people, mostly customers, also if you're surrounded yourself with bright people, colleagues, okay, you will find bright people always challenge you. And you just do these two things, your beliefs and assumptions will get challenged. And if they don't, then when you go out in the market, they will automatically get challenged because you'll probably fail a couple of times before you succeed.
So, I mean, that's the second part, which is, what's your attitude towards risk now?
Well, I'm actually one of the most risk-averse persons I know. And entrepreneurs are all rational, risk-averse people. They will always take the lowest risk path to their goal. It's just that the goals are different.
Okay, so would you say that's your mantra? I mean, what's the mantra that you follow? Is there a single philosophy?
Well, I would, to all young entrepreneurs starting out, I would say dream big, but start small. Because that's what will mitigate risk.
We'll now be joined by 3 young entrepreneurs who will present their exciting business propositions to Sanjeev Bikhchandani. Now, from this point onwards, the show becomes a little bit more competitive, and all 3 will vie for a Lufthansa business class ticket to fly to any one of the 250 destinations that Lufthansa flies to in Europe, USA and Canada. He will also get a chance to be in the semi-finals. The winner of our grand finale will win a mentorship from Canon Partners and TIE, and he will also be enrolled into a business program at Cambridge University. A lot of valuable goodies are in store for our winner. So we are going to ask each one of these entrepreneurs to come in one by one and to make a presentation to Sanjeev Bikhchandani. Now they have to do so in the format of the 3 C's. That's company, customer and competitiveness. But selecting the winner will not be an easy task. So we've also asked a business expert to join us on board. On this episode, we'll have none other than Alok Mittal, Managing Director, Canon Partners, India. Hi Alok, great to have you on the show. Right, so Alok, we are now going to call on board Sanjeev, our young entrepreneurs. So our first entrepreneur today who's going to make a presentation about his business idea and success. Let's call upon Rahul Agarwala, who is the CEO of Nimbus.
Hi.
Hi, Rahul. So tell us what your company, Nimbus, is all about.
Okay. So Nimbus stands for Knowledge Cloud. It's a platform for sharing of knowledge and discovery of knowledge. The knowledge discovery part is where our search engine, which can search across billions of scientific articles. This comes from the top publishers worldwide of scientific information to open access content, as well as users who can upload and share their papers, their thesis. All of that can be then shared and collaborated using projects, and so basically the platform looks like a Google plus LinkedIn for researchers. We launched our service in September of 2011. Since then we've been able to get about 800 Indian institutions to use our service. Our business model is around the institution subscribing. Of course the user is a researcher, a scientist or a scholar. And the reason they bought the service or appreciated the service is our unique search plus social model.
What sources do you search?
So these are scientific journals, databases, patents, ebooks.
Does the institution have a separate subscription to those, or you are, once it's subscribed to you give them everything?
That's a great question. So 2 parts to it. One is there is subscribed content, commercial content, which the institution needs to subscribe to. Then there is a lot of open access content, and we've been supporting open access a lot. Today, 15% of published research is actually open access.
Why can't I search that on Google?
You would be, so one, the noise would be very high. I mean, you'd search a lot of stuff. The other part is there is a lot of the commercial content which is just not visible on Google. This is what you can call the deep web. So if you did a search on Google versus us, the amount of scientific content you would end up with would be much higher on Nimbus.
Who in an institution buys you? Is it the institute as a whole, or is it individual research groups that buy access to your services?
So typically our kind of services are bought through the library. So there's a central library, there are also departmental libraries. But in India, mostly we've been selling to the central library, which means the whole institution buys it, at one shot. The users are not only scientists, it includes students, faculty, it includes knowledge workers at professional organizations. Of course, the government labs are also where we are talking about really the high-end research going on. All of these are customers for us. And so it would be academic institutions which subscribe to us, government labs and corporate R&D.
What is the kind of cost of a subscription?
It starts around $2,000 and goes up to about $9,000
per annum.
Per year.
So how many paid clients do you have?
So about 12 right now.
Okay.
These 12 actually happened in the first quarter of this year. By the end of this year, we would be having about 50 plus paid customers and $150,000 in revenues.
Rahul Agarwala, great shot at making it on Runway to Success, but that's all the time that you have. Let's call in our next entrepreneur, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, our next entrepreneur now who joins us in the hot seat is Chaitanya Sahu, who is the co-founder at Thinkware.
Hi.
Hi, Chaitanya. Okay, Chaitanya, you know the format. First, start off with an overview of your company.
So basically, Thinkware deals into manufacturing of activities, hands-on activities-based learning products and programs. So generally, we cater school as a customer and parents for the kids. So we have got both the retail products and the institutional offering.
Which classes do you target?
For schools, we are targeted class 4th onwards.
Till class 12?
Till class 12th.
Where do you find your maximum usage?
Generally from class 4 to class 8th.
And is it integrated in the school curriculum or is it something extra?
Currently what we have done, we have integrated the NCERT curriculum with the robotics.
The NCERT curriculum will not require this, right? It is something the school does on its own as an add-on.
No, actually the thing is what we are trying to do, we are mapping the science and mathematics content which can be used with the help of robotics. Like let's say we are mapping the content like friction, force, ultrasonic sensors, or whatever can be programmed or whatever can be mapped with this kit.
What is the cost of one kit? What is the price?
For the institutional offering for solution of class 4 to class 12, it's somewhere around 4.5 lakhs. For a retail offering, we have
4.5 lakhs for how many kids?
It's 12 kits in 3 segments. First is 4th and 5th class, second is 6th to 8th class, and then is 9 to 12th. So 12 kits in each segment.
How do schools deploy this? So they keep these kits in the library or they have to set up a lab to use
generally
them?
we propose that they should put these kits into the computer lab or the physics lab or science lab. I mean,
so how many schools have you sold to so far?
We have introduced this offering for the institution around 6-7 months back. So till now we have got around 25 schools.
Last question. How happy are your customers?
I would say parents are very loyal to us. Even yesterday, day before yesterday, I got a call from parents that this would be a next Apple. He simply said this would be a next Apple because a lot of users, Indian market is very big, and I want to see this product in each and every kid's hands.
Okay, time's completely out, and thanks so much for joining us. We now have one entrepreneur left to make his presentation, and then it's over to Sanjeev Deekchandani and Alok Mittal to select the winner of the episode. But remember, the winner on today's show gets a Lufthansa business class return ticket to any one of over 250 destinations where Lufthansa flies, including Europe, USA, and Canada. The winner also qualifies for the semi-finals. So let's call upon our final entrepreneur on the show. He is Sujit Singh, CEO of Nicotine.
Hi. Hi, Sanjeev. Hi, Alok.
So Sujit, fire away.
Yeah. Actually, at Nicotine, we are innovating an Indian language cloud ERP for micro, small, and medium enterprises, because that's where the neglected part. The micro is the major part of the Indian business. They contribute around the 45% of industry economy.
How many Indian languages are you in?
At present, 9 Indian languages. The major 9 Indian languages.
Okay.
Currently.
And how many clients do you have?
So at present, 20 clients.
20 clients. So how many users?
Roughly 800 to 1,000 users, because what we are thinking is we are not charging per user per annum basis, because most of the competitors they do. So we are, based on the features, we are differentiating our product. So there are 4 editions: micro, small, medium enterprises.
So you're cloud-based, right? SaaS
model, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Give us some examples for your clients.
Initially we are targeting the manufacturing, because we don't want to concentrate too much on the discrete manufacturing. But retail persons also, they can use, like computer retail.
Users in a manufacturing setting where there would be a lot many more employees who are blue-collar workers would not be a micro enterprise, right? So what size of businesses are these?
So initial target is micro and small, because micro means maybe 10 employees, 20 employees, that kind of thing.
40 users per company. Those would be companies that have 200 or 300 employees, I would imagine.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Fundamentally, you will appeal to people who only know local language, and they probably will not be using computers anyway. So is there a market for your product?
All businesses are in English language currently. Because India is
So
like
you're offering English plus 9 Indian languages.
English-based version is
Now
English,
in actual usage, how many of your 800 users use it in English and how many use it in
At
local
present, most of them are English.
English, right?
Because
So the question I'm asking is there a market for local language?
yes,
Or is it just a gizmo?
because most of the micro enterprises, they employ semi-skilled or unskilled labor in the shop floor.
But they're not using it, right?
Yeah, that's what we are innovating on, SMS-based or voice-based. Currently, we are innovating without the keyboard and all thing. So we can use voice to just record the thing, to counter-record something. The middle-level managers, the supervisors and all, at least they know some English. So that's what we are integrating, the transliteration and translation and crowdsourcing of all the translation kind of thing. So that it's easy for them to adapt to the kind of situations. Because most of them, 10th pass out or school dropout, they know some English. That can be converted into that Malayalam or Tamil or Hindi. That kind of tools are available. Even the mobile is the next big thing. People are innovating on the mobile, the text-based, because that is the ecosystem problem. So down the line, 2 to 3 years, the market will evolve, that kind of thing.
If you want to solve the language issue, why are you building a whole new ERP system? Some people are attempting to solve that by just building a language translation layer
on top of existing
ERPs.
So the two basic myths about ERP is the cost and complexity. So we want to address that. So simple and affordable planning, we want to call it as actually. So most of them, even for Microsoft, SAP or any competitors, they charge per user per month in dollar or equivalent in rupees. It's a huge cost to them actually.
So what are you actually solving? Are you solving for language? Are you solving for a simple ERP which is inexpensive?
So anybody who can read, write or speak their local language, they can use Indie ERP. The product is Indie ERP to improve their 3 Ps: process, productivity and profit. So that's what our ultimate aim to.
Okay, I know you all are raring to go with more questions, but unfortunately, Sudhir, you've completely run out of time. So many thanks for joining us. And that brings us to the end of all the 3 contestants. So our 3 entrepreneurs on the show have put up their data points for our judges. Thanks, Srijit, for joining us. I'm going to allow you to walk back. So now our 3 entrepreneurs have made their presentations, and it's all up to Sanjeev Bikhchandani and Alok Mittal to decide who will be the final winner. Now remember, the scoring is done on the 5 parameters. Each parameter carries 20 marks, making it a total of 100. The parameters are core idea, company, customers, competitors, and financial projections. So Sanjeev and Alok, here it is. You can take a look at it and discuss amongst yourselves. So while the scores are being fed in by the judges, you, our viewers, also have a chance to win a Lufthansa gift hamper by just predicting today's winner. If you think Rahul Agarwala is today's winner, write RTS space A. For Chaitanya Sahu, write RTS space B. And Surjit Singh, write RTS space C. And send it as a text message to 58888. Our lines are open, so go ahead and make your vote. Take a call now. And now that the scoring is complete, I'll request Sanjeev Bikhchandani and Alok Mittal to share their scores with our contestants here, and of course also guide them about what were the strengths and weaknesses of their business proposition, and finally announce the winner. Sanjeev, Alok, it's over to you.
I think we'll go in the same order as the entrepreneurs when they came up. Rahul, what I like about what you're doing is I think your target market is clearly identified. The need is clearly identified. So you can enumerate your customers, and you can understand their budgets because they probably publish the annual reports. And you can do enough prospecting and figure out which journals they subscribe to, what the library budget is, and so on and so forth. I think that's a good part of your business. I'm a little doubtful about will you really be creating a dependency among clients on your product, and what will the usage be? These are some of the things that I like or don't like. Alok?
Yeah, I think the only thing to add to that, there seems to be a clear opportunity in the Indian market, maybe partly led by product innovation, but also because the global players are too expensive or not present here. As you start thinking of this as a global business, you might have to reassess some of those assumptions around differentiation as well as price points. Yeah.
Let's go on next. The next contestant who came to you was Chaitanya Sahu.
Yeah, Chaitanya, I'm a little worried about retail or institutional. What are you doing? Early on, my recommendation is do one thing and do it well. This limited resources, 2 strategies, I'm a little doubtful about.
Yeah, I think the only thing to add to that, as you look at differentiation, a lot of it might not reside in the product for you. It might reside in the brand that you create. And I would suggest you think hard about, how do you create a pull for your product rather than just putting it on shelves and hoping some of them fly.
And then there was Sujit Singh who came to us with his ERP product.
So Sujit, I think the fact that you've got a product, you've got 20 paying clients is a great thing. And that's a good bit. I'm a little concerned that your main USP, which is languages, is not getting traction. So most people are using it in English. So will there be a market for local language, given the fact that the language of business that uses computers in India is English? Okay, so that's a point of concern for me. The second point of concern is that if language is not the central USP, then you're in a very competitive space. So I'm worried about competition. Yeah, there are 2 things that worry me.
And the distribution element, I guess. You mentioned Tally as being your key competitor. Clearly very well penetrated into the market. You might have to think of distribution mechanisms that go beyond field sales force to be able to scale this business up.
You both have to announce the winner out of these 3. Whom do you think won the case?
We've given Chaitanya 60 points and he's at number 3. Sujit gets 62 points and he's at number 2. Which puts Rahul at number 1 with 72 points. Congratulations, Rahul.
Congratulations, Rahul Agarwala. He is the winner of this episode of Lufthansa Runway to Success. So let's go ahead and congratulate him. Sanjeev, Alok, and Rahul, please join me. Congratulations for your win.
Well done.
Thank you.
But at this point, gentlemen, it's time for us to request Mr. Alan Chaco, who is the Manager of Leisure Sales, Customer Care and Call Center Business of Lufthansa German Airlines, to kindly give away the Lufthansa Business Class return ticket to the winner.
Congratulations.
Thank you
it's
so
always
much.
exciting to witness the rise of a new champion. I'd like to present you with the business class ticket on Lufthansa. I'm sure this site will open up many more opportunities to you. Thank you so much.
Now, I would also request Mr. Chaco to honor our special guest, Mr. Sanjeev Deekchandani, by presenting him with a memento from Lufthansa.
Thanks for being here. You really fascinate me with your story of how you made a big dream with small steps, a big success. May I present you this personalized model of our new Boeing 747-8.
Thank you so much.
That's a wrap on this episode of Lufthansa Runway to Success. See you again next week. Goodbye and thanks for watching.